Have you ever wondered how Afghanistan became the Islamic nation it is today? The story is a sprawling epic, a tale of empires, mystics, and a faith that has shaped the very soul of a people for over 1,000 years. Today, we journey back in time to uncover the incredible history of Islam in Afghanistan, before the first calls to prayer echoed through its mountain valleys. Ancient Afghanistan was a crossroads of great civilizations and faiths. Imagine a land dotted with magnificent Buddhist monasteries, like the ones that carved the famous Bamiyan Buddhas. Zoroastrian fire temples burned brightly on hilltops, a legacy of Persian influence, while Hindu kingdoms flourished in the eastern regions. This was a vibrant, multicultural landscape, a tapestry of beliefs woven together by the Silk Road. But a new chapter was about to begin, one that would redefine Afghanistan forever. In the 7th century, the winds of change began to blow from the west. Following the birth of Islam, Arab armies, fueled by their new faith, expanded eastward. Their initial conquests reached the western fringes of what is now Afghanistan, in regions like Herat and Sistan. But this wasn't a simple overnight conversion. The rugged terrain and the fierce independence of the local tribes meant that the spread of Islam was a slow, gradual process. Early battles were fought, but the real transformation wasn't just won on the battlefield. The true agents of change were often not soldiers, but merchants and mystics. As trade routes buzzed with activity, Muslim traders brought more than just goods. They brought their customs, their culture, and their faith. They settled in cities, built the first mosques, and interacted with the local populations, offering a window into a new world. Even more influential were the Sufi mystics. These charismatic spiritual leaders traveled from town to village, not with swords, but with poetry, wisdom, and a message of divine love that resonated deeply with the people. They blended Islamic teachings with local traditions, making the faith accessible and relatable. Figures like the great poet Rumi, born in Balkh, would emerge from this spiritual crucible, his words echoing the profound mysticism that was taking root in the Afghan soil. It was through these personal, heart-to-heart connections that Islam truly began to capture the imagination of the people. The period from the 10th to the 12th centuries marks what many call the golden age of Islamic Afghanistan. Two powerful dynasties born from this land rose to prominence, the Ghaznavids and the Ghurids. Under Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni, the city of Ghazni was transformed into a dazzling center of Islamic civilization. It became a magnet for the greatest minds of the era, poets like Ferdowsi, who composed the epic Shahnameh, and scholars like Al-Biruni, a polymath whose work in science and history was centuries ahead of its time. Lavish mosques, libraries, and universities were built, and Afghan culture, now thoroughly intertwined with Islam, flourished. The Ghurids, who succeeded the Ghaznavids, continued this legacy. From their mountain capital of Firozkoh, they expanded their empire deep into the Indian subcontinent, carrying with them the Turco-Persian Islamic culture that had been perfected in Afghanistan. This era cemented Islam's place not just as a religion, but as the central pillar of governance, art, and identity in the region. The architectural marvels and intellectual achievements of this time are a testament to the power and prestige of Islamic Afghanistan on the world stage. But this golden age was shattered by an unstoppable force from the east. In the 13th century, the Mongol hordes, led by Genghis Khan, swept across Central Asia, leaving a trail of unimaginable devastation. Cities that were once centers of learning and culture, Herat, Balkh, Bamiyan, were razed to the ground. Libraries were burned, irrigation systems destroyed, and populations decimated. It was a cataclysm that brought a dark age to the region. The intricate tapestry of Islamic civilization that had been woven over centuries was torn to shreds. Yet even from these ashes, a rebirth was possible. A century later, another world conqueror of Turco-Mongol descent, Timur or Tamerlane, emerged. While his conquests were also brutal, he was a patron of the arts and architecture. He made Herat in western Afghanistan, the glittering capital, of his vast empire. This period, known as the Timurid Renaissance, was a spectacular revival of culture. Under rulers like Shah Rukh and his wife Gawarshad, Herat once again became a beacon of civilization. Miniature painting, calligraphy, and poetry reached new heights of sophistication. The great poet Jami and the painter Behzad created masterpieces that are still revered today. The Timurid era proved the incredible resilience of the Afghan spirit and its deep-rooted Islamic culture, capable of blossoming anew even after the most catastrophic of storms. Fast forward to the modern era, and the story of Islam in Afghanistan becomes one of nation-building, struggle, and identity. The formation of the modern Afghan state in the 18th century by Ahmad Shah Durrani was built on a foundation of Pashtun tribal codes and Islamic principles. For the next 2 centuries, Islam remained a unifying force, a core component of what it meant to be Afghan, guiding its laws and social norms through periods of monarchy and reform. The late 20th century, however, brought unprecedented turmoil. The Soviet invasion in 1979 triggered a jihad that mobilized people from across the country under the banner of defending their faith and homeland. This conflict fundamentally reshaped the role of political Islam in Afghanistan, giving rise to the Mujahideen. In the decades of conflict that followed, different interpretations of Islam have been at the center of the nation's struggles, from the strict rule of the Taliban to the efforts to build an Islamic republic. Today, as Afghanistan navigates its future, the relationship between faith, culture, and governance remains the most critical and defining question for its people. Looking back, the history of Islam in Afghanistan is a powerful testament to the resilience of faith. From its gradual arrival through trade and spirituality, to its glorious golden age, its near extinction by the Mongols, and its stunning cultural rebirth, Islam has been the constant thread in the Afghan story. It has been a source of artistic inspiration, a foundation for empires, a banner of resistance, and the very heart of national identity. Through centuries of change and turmoil, it has endured, adapted, and continued to shape the destiny of this ancient land and its proud people. Thank you so much for joining us on this historical journey. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the histories that have shaped our world. We'll see you in the next video.